What's up everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're gonna review the New Year's gift from eFootball. As you can see, for the next couple of days now you can get a free Showtime player. It's gonna be either Kevin De Bruyne with phenomenal pass, Marcus Rashford with acceleration burst, or Huijsen with visionary pass. And because Konami is so generous, you can only choose one of these guys, even though they're going to be only 103 rated. So far from the best pay to win players in this game. And you're going to have to pick which one you want. So we're going to review all three of these guys. We're going to try them in the game, and then we're going to try to figure out which one is the best of them all. All right, so let's start with the first player here. All right, so the first player we have here is Marcus Rashford, prolific winger. He can play also as a center forward. You can even get him as a second striker here if you give him some position. He goes as all of these guys to 103, 188, 80 kilos. So he is physically quite strong. As you can see from the stats though, he has really a problem in finishing and offensive awareness. Dribbling is alright, except perhaps in tight possession. What he has though is speed, acceleration, kicking power, and balance, and quite some stamina. But he is going to be missing, a lot of chances in front of the goal, I expect. And it's a little bit like he is in real life, he has the speed to play down the wing, but then when it comes to the final third and the final move, he has a lot of trouble, whether it is in terms of finishing, shooting, or even passing. And that's probably going to be one of the drawbacks of this card here. I gave him a random booster. He got agility, same as his first booster, so that was fine. In terms of his weak foot, he rarely uses it. Usage is precision, is high, so it's alright, not all that great overall. Player skills, as you can see, double touch, flip flap, chop turn, soul control. So he can do the double touch level 3. He's got acceleration burst, his special skill, knuckle shot, dipping shot, long range shooting, a one-time shot, and pinpoint crossing. So for the additional skills, I would be looking at the following. The first one would be long range curler, in addition to the long range shooting to help him with those, shooting from long range, especially considering he has a low shooting ability. The next one would be one touch pass to help him play one touch football. Then I would go for chip shot control, acrobatic finishing, and outside curler, since his weak foot is only high. So now let's try this card on the pitch and let's see how good he is. All right, here we go. We got Rashford at the top left of the attack here. Rashford here, can he get the header? Nope, he cannot. Rashford here, 1-2. It's a goal for Eto. Rashford now. Ooh, that was close, but the finish lacking a little bit. Bad pass from Rashford once again. Rashford with the header, but not powerful enough to trouble the keeper. Rashford cannot even get that goal. Rashford, he doesn't make the run. All alone. Let's see. Not enough speed. All right, Rashford here. It's got the ball. He managed to find a pass to get a goal. And gets pushed off the ball here by the defender. Rashford, and he scores. After all, he managed to get the goal here. With some space. Alright, Rashford, he's got space. And he cannot make a pass. Alright, so here we have Kevin De Bruyne, the offensive midfielder from Napoli, creative playmaker, player ID. He can play central midfield, he can play offensive mid, he can even play on the wing if you give him some position tokens, but quite frankly, I don't think he has the speed necessary to be on the wing, so he's probably better in the center of the field. 181, a decent size on him. And as you can see, he has some very good dribbling and especially passing stats. He's got decent curl too, kicking power 89, it's all right. He's decent in terms of speed in the mid 80s, and defensively not all that great. And he's going to be really, I think, the offensive midfielder, creative playmaker type of guy. And with his passing, I would assume that he's going to be able to distribute the game fairly well. Let's have a look here. I gave him a random booster. He got striker instinct. That is fine for me. I think passing as his first booster. You could go with passing also for the second one to maximize his passing stats. As you can see here, his weak foot is going to be very high, so he's going to be able to distribute the game with his right foot, with his left foot. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go back onto his right foot to be able to pass the ball. That's going to be very useful for him to distribute the game on the wings. When it comes to the player skills here, he's got soul control, long range curler, long range shooting, one touch pass, through passing, weighted pass, pinpoint crossing, outside curler, phenomenal pass is special skill, and a low lofted pass. So as you can see, he's got pretty much all the passing skill that you could want, and that's very good because that's going to be really his strong suit. For the additional skills, what do I recommend? I would go with interception and man marking. You know, it's going to help him in the midfield, especially if you play him as a center midfield, to be able to do a little bit better on the defensive side. Then I would go with one-time shot. He already has the one-touch pass. One-time shot is going to help him when he finds himself, you know, at the edge of the box, to be able to take those opportunities and be more efficient with it. Then I would go with fighting spirit. It's going to help him, you know, later in the game if he gets tired or if he's under pressure when he's trying to take a shooting opportunity. And the last one would be knuckle shot, and it goes hand in hand with the one-time shot, being able to take those stunning shot opportunities, and it's going to also help him on the free kick to be able to do these knuckle balls. So let's take this guy on the pitch and let's see how good this card is. All right, here we go. We got Kevin De Bruyne as our offensive playmaker here. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't get the ball. De Bruyne with a shot, not strong enough to really bother the keeper here. De Bruyne here, starting the counter-attack. De Bruyne, can he get that header? Not really. De Bruyne, not enough to get the ball here. That would have been a dangerous opportunity for him. now we have Huijsen from Real Madrid. As you can see, build up center back, 103 rated, just like the other two. And he is 195, so he is on the taller side. And that is very good for him, for a center back, to have that kind of size. And as you can see here, the stats are not all that bad. And one thing that you'll notice, that he has pretty decent passing stats. And in terms of speed, physical contact, he is all right. So let's have a quick look here at the booster. I gave him a random booster just like all the other guys. He got strength. That was fine. That was something that he could use a little bit more physical attributes for him. One thing that you'll notice here, his weak foot is actually very high. So, you know, quite a few things that are going on for him here. His size, his weak foot. I gave him a couple of positions. As you can see, he can play left back, right back. If you give him two of each, then he can be proficient in these areas. Let's have a look at the player skills here. He's got heading, one-touch pass, through passing, weighted pass, visionary pass, his special skill, man marking, interception, blocker, aerial superiority, and fighting spirit. So he has also a lot of defensive skills. A few that he's missing that you should give him in terms of additional skills is going to be the first one, sliding tackle. He doesn't have that, absolutely necessary for all the defenders. And that would complete everything that a central defender needs, with man marking, interception, blocker, sliding tackle, heading, and aerial superiority. The next one is going to be acrobatic clearance. That can be very useful for him, so that, you know, he can clear that ball when it's in awkward positions. Next, I would give him a gamesmanship, and then he'll be really, really strong in terms of defense. You know, you can't push him in the air. He's going to be present everywhere. Next skill that I would give him, then, you know, it's skills that are not absolutely mandatory for defenders, but because he's so good in passing, he's got the visionary pass too. I would give him the low lofted pass to sort of you know, give him all the passing skill. He's got through passing and weighted pass already, one touch pass, visionary pass. Let's add the low lofted pass. And for the final skill, there was really not much you could add to this guy because he already has everything. So I would go with the no look pass, an extra passing skill, so that he can surprise the opponent with some passes that you know, are a little bit unexpected. So, you know, you could also go with, I guess, Hill Trick or something like Rabona. But anyway, you know, for that final skill, it doesn't really matter because he's already covered. He has everything that he needs in terms of defense and in terms of passing. So now let's take this guy on the pitch and let's see how good this card is. All right, here we go. Get Huijsen here as a center back. Huijsen, stop that ball. Huijsen once again. Huijsen, cover that ball. Huijsen got the header.
Villa, el dorsal 30. Messi, el dorsal 9.
What?
El dorsal 20.
What? What is that, man? I've never seen this ever in this game. I make a pass, a header, back to the keeper. Instead of taking it, he just... What is this? Never seen that ever. All right, so now we have seen all of these players in action. It is time to figure out which one of these guys should you pick. Who is the best? Now, of course, it all depends on your team and who you have in your starting lineup. If you need a defender, if you need an attacker, or if you need a midfielder, so basically, if you need someone, if you need to reinforce some part of your team, of course, you should go for, the player that fits your needs. But let's say you have everything that you need. Who is the best player in this lineup? So I would say the last one, number 3 in that order, is Kevin De Bruyne. I was a little disappointed with him. He's got phenomenal pass, but it is not all that useful. And he is kind of slow. He's kind of sluggish for an offensive midfielder. It is better to have someone who's kind of nimble and quick and can turn around quickly. Now, he is pretty decent when it comes to passing, but I don't think that is quite enough, to be frank. And his creative playmaker play style, it is not as good as the whole player play style. So I would say this guy is the least interesting of the 3. Then I would put Marcus Rashford. I was actually quite surprised. I thought he would be the worst of this pack, but actually I put him in second. Acceleration burst, not all that useful in terms of skill, but even though he lacks a lot in finishing and offensive awareness, his speed and his agility, it was quite good on the dribble for a winger. Now, you can try to play him as a center forward. He's not going to quite cut it because of his poor finishing. But otherwise, in terms of speed and acceleration, I thought he was quite impressive. And so the top guy for me is going to be Dean Huijsen. He's got visionary pass. Out of all those skills, it is the best skills. Now, he is a defender. You don't have a lot of defenders in the Spanish league, so that is a major plus because, if you look at offensive players in the Spanish league like Rashford, you have a lot of them. Midfielders in the Italian league, you have a lot of them. And when it comes to the events, you always have a problem with the defense for the Spanish league. So Dean Huijsen is going to be one of those players that is going to help you in that regard. Built up, he has very good passing skills. He is 195. He's very tall. He's not as strong physically as you could imagine for someone of that size, but he is pretty decent. He has pretty good defensive stat, 90 plus in all the major defensive stats here. And he is very, very good in passing. As we've seen his passing skills, he's got everything. He's stacked with the defensive skills too. So this guy, for me, he is the top guy. And here on my free-to-play account, he is the one that I'm going to select out of all those 3. If I can pick only one, it's going to be Dean Huijsen, for me, the best player in this Konami gift for the new year. So that is it, guys, for this review of the gift of Konami. Let me know what you guys decided to pick, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.
Hit me with that like and